Alright, so if you're watching this video, you are probably someone that has thought about starting a YouTube channel, but maybe you're a little bit apprehensive, uncertain, or even just flat out scared. And trust me, I get it because I have been there too. I mean, I spent months deliberating on whether to start a YouTube channel before I finally did about 7 months ago now. And so today I wanted to share with you 3 mindset shifts that I've actually really come to realize since starting my channel that I think could massively help anyone to get over any of that fear or uncertainty about whether to start a channel. So let's get into it. Okay, mindset shift number 1 is to realize that no one cares that you're doing YouTube. Because let's be honest, one of the biggest fears that people have, or perhaps even the biggest fear I think, about whether to start a YouTube channel is what other people are gonna think. I know that was my biggest fear, particularly when I started thinking what my friends or co-workers might think if they saw that I was posting these weird videos online. I mean, I already get made fun of enough. I didn't need to give them any more ammunition. But here's the truth. No one cares anywhere near as much as you think they would. And actually, for the most part, people just don't care at all. And that's actually amazing news. And I think my biggest learning on this has actually come through the reaction of my friends to finding out that I do have a YouTube channel. And I'll be honest, as I said, I've been posting videos for about 7 months now, but it's only actually been recently through a couple of drunken wedding encounters that a bunch of my friends have found out over the last couple of months. Because until then, I was still being a wimp and seemingly okay to post my videos to the world, but not share them with my closest mates. But now, a bunch of my friends have found out, and their reactions have all just been positive and supportive, and they've really just been like, that's a cool thing to do, and good on you for putting yourself out there. And I mean, like, a couple of them laughed for, say, 5 seconds, but that was it. That was the worst of it. And so I've realized now that I built it up in my head to be this massive, big thing. But in reality, people either think it's just a really cool thing to do, or they just don't care at all, as people are too busy with their own lives to care about your silly YouTube videos. So don't let that fear of what other people might think hold you back. And just remember, no one is judging you as harshly as you are. And in reality, no one is judging you at all. Okay, mindset shift number 2 is to understand that you don't need to be a guru, you just need to be a guide. And since we crushed the fear of judgment with our first mindset shift, I thought we would move on to the fear of feeling like you're not gonna have anything to say and feeling like you don't have any expertise or knowledge to really speak about and feeling like no one's gonna be interested in anything you have to say and essentially just feeling like you're not good enough to share content. Again, I know those were massive thoughts of mine and were definitely holding me back on starting my YouTube journey. But let me tell you, those thoughts are absolute rubbish. And what has really helped me to get over those thoughts is this idea of not needing to be a guru, just needing to be a guide. And this concept is all about how you don't need to know everything and be some supreme expert on a topic to talk about it. Instead, you really just need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of the audience that you're speaking to. Because people don't expect you to have all of the answers. Instead, they just really want to learn something from someone that is a little bit further down the road than they are on whatever that thing is that you decide to talk about. And that could literally mean you've watched, say, 1 podcast on a topic and boom, you probably then know more than 99% of the population on that topic. So share what you've learned and try to add a bit of insight of your own if possible. Or maybe say you've gone through some particularly difficult situation in life, but you've learned a really good way to deal with that situation. That, again, would be a great thing to share with your audience. And when you start realizing and thinking more with this mentality, it actually takes a lot of the pressure off. And then you kind of come to realize that there's almost an endless amount of things that you could speak about, and you do have plenty to share. And so instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, start thinking, I have something to offer and someone out there needs to hear it. And the third and final mindset shift is to understand that you're never gonna have perfect conditions to start. Because let's be honest, there is a lot that goes into YouTube. You've got your filming, your lighting, your editing, your coming up with ideas, your scripting, and so on. And when you start to think of it like that, it can feel pretty overwhelming, particularly before you've actually started. I mean, I definitely know I had those, oh my God, thoughts, this is gonna be completely impossible and I'll never be able to do it. But here's the thing, you are never gonna have perfect conditions to start, because by definition, if you have never done YouTube before, you are a complete beginner. So of course you're not gonna have perfect lighting or the perfect camera or know how to edit videos even kind of well and so on. But you know what? That's okay, because your videos are supposed to completely suck to begin with, and it is really a whole learning experience and part of the journey. I mean, when I started, I didn't know half of what I now know, and let's be honest, I'm still completely just figuring it all out. But I am so glad looking back now that I did ultimately take action and did just get started and start learning on the job. And you'll make tons of mistakes to begin with, and your videos won't look or sound anywhere near as polished as you want them to. I mean, my videos still don't look anywhere near as good as I'd like them to. But that now I realize is just part of the process. And what really matters is that you just get started. And from there, you can then start trying to improve your videos as you go. I mean, you can then learn sound tricks. You can improve your technology when you're ready to, and you can get better at thumbnails through trial and error. But none of that happens unless you get started. So stop waiting for the stars to align, because they never will, until you do just take action and get started and make that first video, no matter how crap it may be. So there you have it. 3 mindset shifts that I really do think can help anyone to get over that fear and uncertainty that definitely does come with starting a YouTube channel. And if I can just leave you with one final thought, it is this, which is that the hardest part is just getting started. Because once you do get started, you will start building momentum and confidence, and you will realize, like I have, that those fears and doubts that you had really were unfounded. So if you have been on the fence about whether to start a YouTube channel, let this be your sign. Take action, hit record, and just put yourself out there. And if you do, and it really turns out to be a complete disaster, you can always just delete the bloody channel. I hope this has been useful for some people out there. If you enjoyed this video, please do check out my previous upload here. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video.